Hey, Gamax here. It has been an absolutely wild 24 hours. I'm recording this late at night after all the Christmas shenanigans. Hope you guys had a good day. We're at it now, talking about the market, everything going on, the huge crash that happened to the market and the rebound that we're seeing, the cards that obviously did and didn't go down. I'm just gonna start off. Like, we got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things, how to make coins still through this stuff. We'll talk about re-rolls, sell dates, all that during the video. But first off, it confuses me. Like, some people in the community, obviously there's always going to be idiots everywhere. But like, when people say like, oh, hey, it's kind of strange. Let's just go ahead and take a look at this Reddit post right here. It says, pro tip from up players. This is the top of the subreddit. Now, if it's an idiot, that's one thing, but 43 people at least agreed with them. They said, I see a lot of people lost coins today because they expected, were told a market crash was coming. I think this will help you out in future. Pro tip, the pre-market crash is usually always better than the actual crash. Never sell your whole team, because even if cards do drop a decent amount, you usually just break even because of the tax. If you want to take advantage, best way is to have a lot of coins in advance to buy plays you want or invest. Sell a play you want on or upgrading to another ones. All right, so basically he says the pre-market crash is better than the market crash, right? And here's the thing. Lost a lot of coins today. All right, so this is over the last 24 hours. Here is what happened when PAX went live, right? The biggest went live. We went from about 9 per to 5 per. That's a pretty good crash, right? As predicted by everyone and their mother, except for this person. He said, oh, don't worry, it's the pre-market crash that really helped you out. And the pre-market crash went from about, I don't know, you could say 20, it was 9.8, a few days leading up to it, 9.7. Yeah, we went from maybe 10 to 9 instead of 9 to 5, okay? So, like, it's strange to me how people, and there's not just this person, other people on Twitch chat said there was no crash today. Now, obviously on specific cards there were no crash, right? Because the gifts came out, they were different than they've been in previous year, which is obvious, right? We cannot predict what's going to be in the gifts unless there's some sort of leak, right? Like there was this year. But we generally give advice like, hey, whatever's in packs, go ahead and snipe. Those things are gonna crash, right? So this person in the comment section, not a lot of the comment sections say, oh yeah, whatever, you're making a mistake, it obviously crashed, you're an idiot. So he changed his tune to saying, well, it was the zero chill cards that didn't crash. Okay, fine, those things didn't crash down in price like the rest of the market did, but now I feel like you're making a little weird points here, because like, here's the thing, somebody, even if they did sell off their team, right? And say the worst case scenario, they sold it off for the minimum price. Say they sold off for like 280 and they have to buy back all their 95s for like 330 if they're just zero chills. If they would have reinvested that stuff during the crash, right? When 91s were going for 20 to 30K, people were buying 91s at. And now we're getting 90s at 54. Let's scroll down to 91s. These things are up to 64K. They could have tripled their coins by having that liquid stack, right? Now, obviously, selling it with power-ups right now, there's always advice like, is it worth it? Because you're taking a training L, selling your team off. But basically, have a lot of liquid coins is going into the day that kind of we said, right? Presents were great. We talked about it. I tried to give the advice, don't quick sell your smalls and medium, and smalls and mediums were the biggest W the whole time through. I got like a bunch of 93, 94s. I think I got up to a 95 out of my small presents. So anyways, there was a lot of coins to be made on investing, because if you see the second half of this 24-hour chart, after the big crash, after it goes down, it jumped back up to 8.52, right? So if you bought down here at the crevices, right after they went up for the first half hour, if you just snipe, buy, you have now gained, what percentage of that? You went from 5.3 to 8.52, and that's just a broader market, right? Some cards did better, some cards did worse, but we'll just say the average market, 5.3 to 8.2. What did that add on? Point like 3. So like you would have added on 50% coins to your stack. So even if you would have sold off at like your worst, right? Like worst and worst, okay? You would have lost, what, 80,000 coins if you sold off your zero chills? And we're just talking zero chills, like the only ones that didn't really get affected. Then you would have been able to buy back other cards, increase your stack by 50%, then buy the same cards back at a better rate, and you would have made more coins anyway. So I don't know. A lot of people, like, obviously, if something's not in packs, it's not going to go down, right? That the point is that the cards in the market in general went the hell down. It crashed like crazy. Maybe I'm overanalyzing it, and people are like, yeah, this guy's a freaking idiot. But it's the top upvoted thing of the subreddit, and it's kind of strange to see it there. But whatever. Anyways, going forward, how are we making some coins going forward, right? When are you going to sell off? Now, the market, it's going up. It's down slightly from where it was, right? It's down, 0.5 per, according to Muthead, from where it was before the big crash. From 9.7, 9.3 in here, down to 8.44. You can give it a couple days. I think the best day maybe to sell, because we know Derrick Henry, according to the Mutt Twitter account, Derrick Henry and Isaiah Simmons are coming back on the 27th into the roll. So if we take a look at their prices right now, they are very attractive cards that people are going to roll quite a lot for. Now, we don't know how quickly, how fast, how crazy they're going to drop in price, but on the 27th, people are absolutely going to be using some coins, some training, some snow to roll for Isaiah Simmons at 924 and Derrick Henry at 1.26 million coins, respectively. So that's not probably a bad idea. What is the 27th would be that Monday? Why isn't my clock working? Yeah, today's the 26th. It's good old Boxing Day, right? And then the 27th will be Monday. Then we'll also get people rolling for Bo Knows stuff. It's the final Bo Knows, I think. We might get more Bo Knows. I don't know, but they got like kicker, punter. I don't know if they're gonna do fullback. I think they got left guard left too, maybe in one other position. So they gotta miss something. Maybe they'll quit on fullback, but maybe did they go free safety? I don't know. Regardless. So there's a little bit of upward pressure here coming the next days. And if you want to roll for this stuff, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and wait. Otherwise, like, I have so many cards in my binder. I'm selling a bunch of power-ups. Definitely look at power-ups right now. Like, they've gone up in price since there's been so many cheap cards. So that's what I've been kind of doing, is going around selling some of those limited time cards. Some of the limited time cards that were at like minned out have gone up a little bit. Been selling power-ups. I think I sold my Derrick Henry back already. I sold my Simmons back already. Took profit on both of those, buying them and selling them high. But some of these cards, definitely look through it. Go ahead and mutt.gg or muthead.com. Look at the power-up prices and sell certain ones. I know like Ramsey around here is going for a decent amount. I think some of these things. I just go ahead and go sort for your power-ups. Definitely look to sell your power-ups right now, because with all the cheap cards at the top end, like, right, if you're willing to spend X amount of money for the card fully powered up, then you'll when the card itself, when one of the components goes down, obviously the power up, the other one's going to kind of go up to meet that, to what people are willing to spend for the card. So we did pretty well in our presence. You can see a lot of 93s, 94s, 92s in here, 91s, tons of 91 Reduxes. We had a bunch of Redux packs, and I didn't pull a single Rodney Hudson. I don't know why he was so rare still. So the Rodney Hudson market didn't crash, I'll tell you that. A lot of other things, like 91s crashed dramatically, right? There was a ton of 91s in the packs. 90s, I got a bunch of 89. So I got a lot of selling to do. We'll see how much profit I made off the promo and stuff once I can kind of like get the binder back to being manageable. Obviously, I'm going to quick sell some of these for training to roll. We'll be like, a lot of people, when the training market crashed, the overall market crash, made a lot of coins, they said, by rolling training into snowflakes. So that's not a bad idea for them. But now snowflakes kind of went down too. So that isn't the best. I don't think the roll's really glitchy right now. Snowflakes went down. They were at like 1.2 to 1.3 prior to the crash. Then I looked at this earlier today. There's a 0.79. These prices have definitely gone up. I haven't updated these things in a few hours, so that's definitely not the greatest one to look at the moment. But that's kind of how it's been. People have had really good luck in the 85s, they've told me, but again, that's gambling, so good luck on that. Let me make sure he's not screeching. It doesn't look like he is, so we're fine. But that's kind of the market, right, man? Like, market goes down, market goes up. I really hope you guys did invest this morning when it was like bottoming out. That like first half hour was absolutely insane for prices. So some cards went down over 60%. But yeah, it is what it is. So rolls I talked about. Keep your training maybe for that day to roll, because that might be fun. I don't know if you can roll some limiteds, but limiteds are still in packs right now if you want to quick sell. Obviously, these limiteds have minned out, like the top cards right here, the Savages, the Mike Williams. Those things have minned out since like 5 minutes into the time where they were put out. Like do not sell these things to 273. Just quick sell them, okay? Definitely look the stocking stuffers going forward. Stocking stuffers, they did come out of these packs a little bit, but they were a little resistant, I think. Isaiah Wynn 92 might not be a bad idea. 150K for 92. You could definitely put it together cheaper than that. So look to stocking stuffer sets going forward for profit here. Obviously, like, you know, I've oftentimes talked about the trailing effect of market crashes like today and sets, because the sets outside of like this time, actually there was a lot of team of the week set cards in packs, but a lot of times sets trail the cards that are actually in packs. But this time, like, depending on which set you go to, a lot of set cards did get put into packs, so it's not as good with this kind of crash versus like other ones, like last year's crash or other crashes that didn't have the set cards in it. So definitely still some coin to be made there out of stocking stuffers going forward. There's not even a single one of those up, so you could probably sell for like 150 also. But yeah, there you go. That's what I want to talk about. How we're making coins going forward, everything, and like why it is still weird to me why people are saying, like, yeah, obviously there are things that didn't go down like because they weren't in packs, but that's expected, right? When we say crash, please don't expect everything across the board to go a standard 70% down. You don't expect Kyle Pitts, a limited time card that's not put back in the packs, to go down to like 20K. It's just, it's you got to be reasonable, right? With the things that we say and the things that we say about the future, like, hey, you're going to want to be on. This is insane. This is crazy. And the insane things happened. But people are so freaking picky now. Like, oh, YouTuber's bad. YouTuber bad. But no, dude. It got crushed. It's so wild. People just want to be angry, I don't know, at YouTubers for reasons that I will never comprehend. But anyways, there it is. That is the video. God, that was a crazy day. Hope you guys had fun. I did. I'll see you guys maybe later tonight. I don't know. Otherwise, tomorrow. Till we meet again. Please like, please subscribe. We're going for 100K this year. I think we're going to make it. But we're all going to make it. Peace.